Snatchers is not in your class, all right? So you don't have to judge me. Cool. Next. Somebody wants, hey, what's your name? Rayshana? Jay Shauna. Okay. All right, everybody had good answers, all right? Everybody had good answers. But you know what? I don't know the answer to this. All right, actually, we have some good speakers that's here that's going to tell you about this. And then the first speaker is going to talk about decision makers. All right, I'm not going to say his name yet. You might know him, might not. But please give a round of applause to this first speaker, please. Louder than that, please.
How's everybody doing today? You good? You're in college, man. Are you good? That's fantastic. What I'm going to talk to you about today is decision making. How far are you along your journey? In the very beginning, you're coming here, you're starting off, you're looking at everything, you've got a whole university ahead of you, but there are a few startling statistics that I need to talk to you about right now. 1 in 99 Americans is incarcerated. 1 in 99 Americans is incarcerated. A little bit more shocking. Let's take it home. Let's bring it home a little bit. 1 in 32 Latino Americans are incarcerated. 1 in 32. And now we're going to get a little real shocking. Now we're going to get some actually downright disturbing. 1 in 15 African Americans is incarcerated. 1 in 15. Now, what I want everybody here to think about is the decisions that they can make that can compromise their freedom while they're here. Because you guys have an opportunity that I never had. At 17 years old, I was in prison. For 15 years, I stayed in prison. At 17 years old. Now, there are some details that after the fact, when I came home, owned a landscaping company, sold it for $235. Now I'm a contractor, I own my own consulting firm. These are all details. The reality is that you need to see your role. Because right now, you're still a part of all these statistics. We are all part of these statistics. It's what we do with our decision making that brings us to where we're going to be. When you get to where you want to be, are you going to be where you want to be? That's the question. And when you make that decision to go to that party instead of going to that class, when you make that decision to deal with this dude who might seem kind of cool right now, but in reality he's going to be a loser in about 5 years, think about the decision that you're making. Think about the risks that you're taking. Think about the places that you're going. Off campus, going into the hoods to holler at people. How many people here know somebody or are related to somebody that's locked up? So every single hand, recognizing that you know somebody or are related to somebody, recognize that you could very easily be that somebody. You could very easily be that somebody. You are in the best opportunity. Take advantage of it. Don't put yourselves in situations where you can compromise your freedom, your education, and everything that you've worked for. How many people here are first-generation college students? Raise your hand. First generation, that means your family is counting on you to pioneer and blaze a trail that's never been blazed before. You have that responsibility to be conscious every time you make a decision. Focusing on yourself and the fact that you have to be a leader is something that's necessary for each and every one of you. The reality of the situation is that you're going to be confronted by drugs. You're going to be confronted by alcohol. All of those things can get you kicked out of college. First time you get kicked out of college, you are on the runway to going to prison. Because you're not a kid no more. Ain't nobody going to pay your bills. So what you going to do? You get kicked out of college, you're not going to get a good job and you're still going to want to eat. You're on the runway to prison if you get kicked out of college. Right now, you're on the runway to success. I encourage every single one of you to only communicate with those people that you know to be positive. Because the people that you communicate with are going to determine where you end up. Whether you're walking across a stadium similar to this, to to grab a diploma to move on to whatever career you've chosen, or whether you're standing behind a podium like this, testifying and taking a plea to 15 years in prison. The choice is now. Don't get caught up in that situation where, like when we was kids, when we were young, when we were in the 4th or 5th grade, and we messed up and we didn't tell our parents about what happened, and next thing you know, we home, and our mom calls the principal and she's like, well, you know, Tasha did such and such, and Saad did such and such, and then mom comes to us and says, why didn't you tell me? Oh, mom, I was this, that, and the other, but I still want to go to this party this weekend. And what they always tell us? You should have thought about that before you did it. And that's just a little example, a microcosm, encapsulated in what we've gone through. We're grown now. You're no longer children. The accountability is real now. Along with that 18-year-old diploma that you got from high school, you also get adult prison if you mess up. Recognizing that every decision you make takes you one step closer or one step further away from where you want to be. How many people here are strong enough to say that they're ready to take the steps to the right direction that they want to be in their lives? Raise your hand. If you're ready to take that step, give yourselves a round of applause.
How's everyone doing today? That didn't sound too motivated. How's everyone doing today? I'm here to talk to you today about perseverance. My name is Rodney Bond and I work for the Delaware State Police. Perseverance. Who can tell me what perseverance means to them? Anybody? Somebody has to be able to tell me what yes sir, stand up.
Me, I think perseverance is having the ability to strive forward no matter what's before you, being able to push on no matter what's before you.
Outstanding. And someone else had their hand up over here? Oh, I'm sorry. Perseverance. We're going to give you the Webster's version or definition of the word perseverance. Steady persistence in a course of action, a purpose, a state, especially in spite of difficulties, obstacles, or discouragement. It says a whole lot right there, doesn't it? So what does that really mean? I'm not here to preach to you. I understand I'm standing behind the podium, but feel free to say amen whenever you want to. So, steady persistence in the course of action. That means having that relentless tenacity to get after your goals, to do whatever it takes to achieve your ultimate goals in life. Standing back there, a lot of you express what your current goals are. Some of them may stay the same, some of them may change, it doesn't matter. Just like you just indicated, as long as you're on that path to success, that's what we're all here to strive for today, success. But it's going to take a lot to get there, to achieve your ultimate goal. The same as it took a lot to get here into this university. It's a privilege and an honor to be able to say that you're a Delaware State University student because you've already seen the facts. You've seen the numbers up there on the screen. Numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. But you have to ask yourself, what does it take in order to get those goals? That wasn't intentional. Trust me, my mind's on this. What does it take to get those goals? Your goals might be the girls. Either way, you still have to establish some goals in your life. You have to do whatever it takes, regardless of whatever obstacles are placed before you or in your path. You might have that party that you want to go to, where your friends are trying to egg you on and say, let's go, let's hang out. But you have that test in the morning. And you have to be at that class, 8 in the morning, to take that final exam.